It has nothing to do with the firmament, the firmament, the firmament.
It allows us to train astronauts with a three-dimensional axis. They can go up, they can go down, they can go left, they can go right, they can turn upside down. So it's the closest thing that we can simulate right now. Stay on their back. They put their legs up, their legs stay in the position that they put them in. We want to make sure that whatever axis they go in, they're going to stay pretty much right there. We have the S0, we have the 1s, we have the 3s, the 4s, the 5s, we have the pallets that kick off of them, we have the labs, we have the nodes, we have the Columbus, we have the GEMs, we have the GEM EBS. In that far corner, we have the Japanese section. It's got the Japanese exposed pallet. The Columbus is the European portion. The lab is kind of the US portion. So it is an international space station, and the Russians have their own section out towards the back.
Construct the next stop on the road to space exploration.
We are on a true spaceship now.
Workmanship that up together, it results in
plans and people necessary to make.
And every one of those people absolutely believes that.
36, produced here since 1973. Each one 154 feet tall and 27.6 feet around. 13,375 average household bathtubs. 3 versions of the external tank were created during the program in an effort to reduce the is furnished by the shuttle's 3 main engines. External tank that is used only once. The boosters detached, refurbished, and with
folks on there that are like my brothers and sisters together.
Others specific to their mission. Simulators. And underwater in the world's largest indoor pool. The Neutral Buoyancy Lab practicing spacewalks. Removal of its 3 liquid fuel engines, and their replacement by 3 from a previous mission. And of course, the ever-present alligator. Visitors are always urged to watch their step. After nearly 3 years, scientists, seamstresses, at liftoff, 6.6 million pounds of. With the race to the moon already won, the Apollo program. For many, the next logical step on the path of exploration is dismissed as too costly. For a country preoccupied with events back on Earth, low Earth orbit.
President Nixon really liked the idea and told the NASA administrator, go do it. And the NASA administrator got a call from OMB the next morning, someone there, and said, hey, what the president really meant to say was, you're going to get this much money. Space shuttle is the first in the 3-part space transportation system.
Was to understand aerodynamic stability across the hypersonic, supersonic, subsonic, and landing speed type of environments.
They were known as the flying bathtubs. For the first test, the M2F1 was towed behind a car, a souped-up Pontiac.
This could also prove ground shaking. That had sent every Mercury, Gemini, and Apollo astronaut into space.
It took to actually get 1 engine to light, much less 3 and 2 boosters.
Costs.
Were to be where deployable air-breathing engines would come out and it would be able to fly from its intended point of landing to a.
Prime contractor Rockwell North American, now Boeing, had built the Apollo Command Service Module. Morton Thiokol, now ATK, would build the solid rocket boosters, and Martin Marietta, now Lockheed Martin, would construct the ET. Responsibility for producing the space shuttle's main engines went to Rocketdyne, now Pratt Whitney.
But when people got to know each other and could trust each other.
This bird still needed to prove he could fly before computer simulations. Columbia, NASA's first orbiter, is fittingly named after the first American vessel to circumnavigate the globe. Ceramic tiles attached to its fuselage.
5 times what your oven is at home that you bake cookies under.
It was built with the most, 31,088, while Atlantis has the fewest, a mere 24,177. Groundbreaking. A computerized digital flight control system, now common in commercial and military aircraft. Barriers of race and gender were falling everywhere. Scientists, and for the first time, women and African Americans.
So all 3 of us were excited about flying. So we all 3 of us recognized that
Earth 36 times.
The horn.
That big a mass up in the air.
People really thought this was all impossible.
The shuttle really does work.
To mate with the 747.
Physicists, including 9 that year alone.
A breakdown in communications, but it represented everything that's wrong or wrong about an agency like we are.
Millions upon millions of years before. Soon it would become clear that Hubble pictures were not. Would be corrected with a new pair of glasses.
The control in 3 different axes at once, and
neutral point right here.
3 people grabbed 18,000 pounds.
Nice job, guys.
Until
we have a lot in common with engineers and scientists around the world.
On February 3rd, 1995, Eileen Collins, the first woman to pilot a shuttle space station. Collins flew the shuttle through a series of intricate maneuvers, approaching within 37 feet of the Russian spacecraft. As the Mir space station welcomed its first American guests, Shuttle Atlantis, she held the female space endurance record for spending 188 days in orbit. A hero's welcome was in store.
I'm here to say welcome home to Shannon Lucid.
After its commissioning, Mir would be abandoned to break up and burn.
Maybe cut out some of the frailties of old age right here on Earth. I really was happy to be assigned to that flight.
Something we, I think, gave the nation, and it really helped explain what we were doing.
Ultimately positioned the STS-107 as a sort of black sheep on the Space Shuttle program's launch schedule. Columbia's crew commander Rick Husband, pilot Willie McCool, and mission specialists Michael Anderson, Kalpna Chawla, Dave Brown, Laurel Clark, and Israeli astronaut Ilan Ramon. 16 minutes from home, Space Shuttle Columbia breaks apart in the skies over East Texas. And together, an answer to the accident's cause.
We've been rehearsing it.
In 2010, the Space Shuttle, after nearly 30 years of duty, will be retired from service.
Had kind of 3 different Space Shuttle programs.
The NASA contractor team, it's awesome. It's wonderful.
We didn't spend a dime in space.
Been almost singularly focused on completing construction of the space station laboratory in microgravity. And several have led to promising breakthroughs in the research and treatment of cancer. Many other on-orbit science findings have the potential to significantly improve the quality of life in the universe until at least 2014.
I think of all the fingerprints that are all over this thing.
It was a lot of pride.
Most often, quiet obscurity. These have been used in developing an artificial heart and limbs, 3-dimensional biotechnology, scuba diver to pilot, from scientist to engineer. They and many like them throughout the nation share a commitment to sending humankind their acclaim. Will be the legacy-bound successor to do what NASA does best.
In this coalition.
Senator, that actually is flat wrong. Also, flat wrong.
They said so publicly.
It's flat wrong. I just came back from a meeting in the Gulf in Riyadh. Senator, that actually is.